Right now, we're probably feeding about half a ration of hay that we normally would feed. We moved the cattle into a new piece of grass yesterday. We've been feeding 2 bales of hay for about 175 cows. And then we move them in. They're staying happy and full. And normally that would take 4 bales of hay. So we're feeding about half ration and working through a couple acres a day maybe. We also feed minerals. So the minerals are in a tub. As the cows move, we slide the mineral tub along. So they are getting some minerals and salt. We could go to no supplemental feed and graze more grass, but we use the hay as a management tool for working our cattle in other areas.
Yeah, we like to supplement our stockpiled grass, whether it's tame or native grass. It doesn't matter to us. It's lost some quality over the winter, or even in the fall we'll use the same mineral supplementation. It's a premix that we use. On these native grasses, sometimes we can be a little protein deficient, so we add a little nitrogen to the rumen with urea, and it's been working really well for us, and it's very inexpensive to add to your loose mineral. It's a far better deal than, putting out lick tubs. We always look at our nutrition levels and make sure everything's taken good care of that way.
Testing your stockpiled feeds as close as possible to when using them is key. Some winters, if it's covered early in snow, it'll preserve it and be almost the same in the spring as it was in the fall. If it's open, it can deteriorate. So yeah, you have to test as close as possible to when you're going to be using that feed in order to have a good picture of it. You don't want to take a sample in the fall and think it's going to look the same in the spring.
We've done extensive testing of the bank grass quality in the spring, and it's a little bit deceptive because if you take a yield clip and analyse that, the feed result you get back very often shows that it's not sufficient to meet the cow's requirements. But what I've found in practice is that what the cow is actually selecting out of there is quite a bit higher in quality. We do leave a residue there, and the residue is a lower quality part of it. So in practice, with my type of cow carrying the condition they're carrying going into the spring, we find that it is adequate to meet their requirements, especially given the fact that we're just about to head into the green season, the time of year when we have more grass available than we can keep up with.
You have to take feed tests. You have to know what they're getting, because then you can figure out what they're missing and determine how you're going to supplement that. We've tried different types of supplement. This year we're using a cubed product, which is basically just a large pellet. It allows us to feed it on the ground. We do plow the snow to create a feed ground so that when we put it out, it isn't lost in the snow.
Currently we're in that 45 cents a day to supplement a cow with these cubes. That's 2.5, 3 pounds, and that includes delivery. When you take into account that we're using grass that we can't access any other time of year, normally I'd say nothing's free, but if its next best use is nothing, then we're really just faced with that supplement cost. When choosing supplement for spring, it's very much the same as selecting supplement for winter. There's lots of different ways you can do that. Everybody's going to have their own best option, if you will. And it's all testing it and seeing what you're lacking. We don't necessarily supplement the same for spring grass as we do winter grass, or the same quantity or the same type. If you've got some nice second cut hay or something, you might want to use that. If grain or cubes are an option, go with that. But you're just trying to top up the cow's needs.